During this pandemic, public health in general and epidemiology in particular have been pushed into the spotlight. However, the COVID-19 pandemic has not shown the full breadth of epidemiology as a scientific discipline. Everyone has felt the impact of public health efforts to control the spread of COVID-19, and many have suffered great personal loss from this new infectious disease. However, there is still much work to be done. One question to ask is, why do people vary so greatly in their response to infection by the SARS-CoV-2 virus? Many show no symptoms or very mild symptoms, while others get desperately ill quickly. Part of this response to a viral infection is no doubt due to underlying medical conditions in the host, but some might be due to the natural genetic variation among humans. And this brings in the field of genetic epidemiology, which is what I work on. Genetic epidemiology is a hybrid discipline which combines the tools of genetics and those of epidemiology to address questions about diseases where both genetic and environmental factors influence risk. These are usually called complex diseases and include diabetes, cancer, heart disease, and even some infectious diseases. For some diseases, there will be a rich literature suggesting genes may be important in controlling risk, but for others, especially novel diseases, there will be very little. In genetic epidemiology, our goal is to consider how genetic and environmental risk factors can cause disease, both alone and together. There are many different study designs: twins, adoption studies, family studies, case control, and cohort studies, where we can address questions about possible genetic control. Molecular techniques have expanded both the scope and scale of genetic studies, so now we can address scientific questions not just about at the level of one single gene, but at the genome-wide level in very large samples. However, there are pitfalls in genome-wide studies, and researchers must learn to interpret their results carefully because several different genes may be acting, and they may act alone or in combination with environmental risk factors. Genetic epidemiology is a challenging and rapidly evolving field, but it does hold promise for understanding complex diseases on a population level. Genetic epidemiologists never work alone. They must collaborate with biostatisticians, molecular biologists, medical geneticists, etc. And that is the fun part.